I go again, up and down alone. All my friends went home years ago. All my toys are broken, and so am I inside, Mom. The carnival has closed years ago. I'm a little boy.
No, I'm a great big man.
No, let's be a little boy for a little while longer, maybe an hour.
No, Stephen, you have to go back now.
Isn't that our mom calling?
Stephen, come home, come home. Ah. Weird.
You know, someone who gets stuck in different phases of his own life, this is how things can get. And we live in a very sad world. I realize it every time. Even normal people sometimes are so abnormal in different ways. They would want to believe, and they want to always, assure themselves that whatever they are doing is the right thing, and going with the flow and trying to do everything right, just to fit in to the society and things like that. And they often end up doing things that they don't really want to, but just because they need to, because of social pressures, peer pressure, whatever it is. And they neglect their own self or their inner calling that happens. And because of those conflicts within, you wanted to do something else and you ended up doing something because of whatever reasons that people find reasonable enough to follow. And these things happen. So you're this person who's, I think, stuck in two times of his life. Most probably he's grown up person, he's still living in his childhood and things like that. He can hear his mother call and he wants to act like a small child, but he's not one. And parents have a very big role to play in such personalities, because people often blame themselves for what they have turned out to be. But I feel it all begins from the foundation. It all begins with the that age where things could have been done differently. Things could have been directed into a different direction, but they didn't, because the parents themselves were not mature enough or did not know what they were doing. And this world is a shining, or I would say dull example of bad parenthood overall. The entire world is a reflection of bad parenthood, every single corner. I see that every time happening. Parents, most of the time, they are not sure what they are doing, or what is the purpose of having children, how are they going to go about it, what are they doing is the right thing. Although they want to believe and they are trying the best to do the right thing, but they don't really know, or they don't have literally any clue that the things that they are doing is the right thing to go about. There is absolute chaos and darkness when it comes to parenthood and what people are doing with the children. I mean, you see anywhere, and around you, you will find this confusion among most parents, whatever is happening with them and their children, and the way their children are growing, and the all the time comparison, constant bickering, complaints, dissatisfaction, frustrations, and things like that. Very few people are very comfortable being parents, and they know what is happening, and they know where it is heading and how it will all work out. This is the results. Stevens are the results of that kind of chaos and that kind of uncertainty in the minds of people.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I couldn't have said it any better. To be more precise, in today's world, I won't say the whole world, but definitely when you talk about countries such as America and UK,
There it is much worse.
it's a pathetic state. This generation, the people growing up, whether the kids, teenagers, young adults, they are in a pathetic state thanks to their parents.
Yes.
Thanks mainly
Yeah, and they will become
to their
worse
parents.
even worse than
Yeah,
their
so the
parents.
next generation is doomed
Because they
for
never saw
sure.
anything good.
But this generation of America and UK especially, they are in a bad, horrific state of affairs for them on a daily basis. We have 2-3 more requests of this patron to go, where a couple of Alice Cooper, one of another artist. Maybe they are all the same story. Who knows? But definitely when it comes to such characters as Stephen, there are millions and millions of Stevens in America and UK, and also quite a lot of them in Canada too. So it's a major problem for these three countries, where they have split personality disorder, all kinds of mental disorders, all kind of personality disorders, all kind of multiple personality disorders. They also have disillusionment, schizophrenias, manias, paranoias, a lot of things which unfortunately are not even treated and even can't be treated to a large extent, because the mess is so great that even a psychiatric evaluation or treatment will not really help them much. So this is a story of one such character, I'm sure, out of millions that currently exist in. If you say America is 340 million people and UK is close to 100 million people, I think you have at least 300 million of them who are in a bad state today. Pathetic state, whether young or adult, they are in a pathetic mental state, and they are suffering from mental problems. They are suffering from mental illnesses. They are suffering from cancers, Alzheimer's, and all kinds of vicious illnesses, which is really taking away their daily life. They just don't know whether they are alive or dead. It's as simple as that. They live a hapless, horrible, hopeless existence. And like Kirti said, a vast part of it is thanks to their parents and the government and society itself that exists in those three countries, sadly. So while I'm on the other side of the world, definitely I also get equally affected. I feel very sad for them. I have sympathy for them more than empathy. And definitely I try to do things better. As a parent and even as a human being, I try to live my life better because of all the mistakes those three countries made. Sad. So let's move on to the other two requests of this artist and this patron, and let's see if anything different comes in them.